A very warm wishes to everyone, respected elders, faculty, and my dear fellow aspirants. Today we are here for an amazing session with a great vision, a seminar on genesis of entrepreneurship, which would guide us about innovation and startup culture.
Entrepreneurship is not just about setting up a business. Rather, it's inspiring creativity with technology and adding value to the society.
So now, why late? Let's start our event. Let's start our event by calling our Tirumala ma'am, EDC cell coordinator, the guiding light onto the dais. Now, let's call a man of vision, the backbone of our institute, our vice principal, Sri Hari sir, onto the dais.
Now let's welcome our resource person, special guest for the event, Mr. Chaman Baid, onto the stage.
It's a great pleasure to welcome an inspiring leader in entrepreneurship and innovation, Mr. Chaman Baid, CEO and Managing Director of ASEAN Infotech.
Starting in 2001, Mr. Baid has grown ASEAN Infotech into a global powerhouse with 11 offices across the world and a team of over 4,000 employees. Wow, that's truly applaudable.
His journey showcases a remarkable vision, resilience, earning him awards such as CEO of the Year at PPO Summit. He has served as the Executive Director of APIT Association and even got nominated for CNBC TV 18 Employee of the Choice Award.
Mr. Baid's academic journey reflects his dedication to excellence. He completed his school at St. Joseph's and went to earn an MBA in finance and marketing, hence laying a foundation for his exceptional career.
Adding even more value to his remarkable story, his wife, Mrs. Prerna Baid, she has earned her MBA degree from IIM Vizag, all while perfectly balancing her social responsibility and her role as a homemaker, contributing to their shared vision of making a positive impact.
Beyond business, Mr. Baid is dedicated to social causes with a strong focus on education and healthcare for underprivileged children. His work has inspired countless people and opened new doors for those in need.
Now, let's join our hands and hearts in welcoming a great leader, a veteran whose story is focused life of success, purpose, and mind. We welcome you, sir.
Did you all have lunch? Because I don't want to speak anything if you are empty stomachs, because nothing is going to go into your brains. I hear Vice Principal has not yet eaten.
Yeah.
So, sir, maybe you should go and eat.
I'll have it, sir.
They say on an empty stomach, even soldiers cannot win a war.
I know, sir. In fact, you know,
Okay. So we will. So I also speak Telugu. Just in case, if you have any specific question, please ask me in the course. Rather than his wife. Okay, so how many of you are computer science engineers? All of you? All of you. How many of you want to do entrepreneurship? How many of you want to just look for a job? Entrepreneur? One. One among what? Two, three, four. Why you are learning from each other that after 10 minutes we'll raise hands? I'll give you another chance. Whoever wants to raise immediately, right? Don't look at each other and then raise. How many of you want to become an entrepreneur? That's still like 5% of the population. So 95% have you decided that you will not take a chance in your life? Okay, let's see if we can change that by the end of this session. I am here not to give you any advice. I am here not to give you any special opinions. You will find a lot of diverse opinions in your life. You will find a lot of people guiding you through many things. Life is a advisor like a buffet, right? You go a buffet, you choose what you want to eat, or sometimes you mix and match, make a mixed vegetable out of it. But you create your own recipe. How do you define an entrepreneur? Can any one of you tell what do you mean by an entrepreneur? I'm here for entrepreneur session, right? So you guys at least should know what an entrepreneur means. Yes.
Sir, an entrepreneur is a person.
Don't give me the book definition. Tell me the real definition.
Can I tell my definition? What
Yes.
I understand by it? Sir, an entrepreneur is a person who makes a positive impact in the society by imbibing his creativity and technology in today's world. A person who solves the problem with an innovative technique.
Okay. Any other? No. Okay. Thank you. Any other opinions? I mean, you guys are here to learn about entrepreneurship. You should know what it means, right? Simula madam, why don't you tell them to, first of all, this is your journey to be fearless. If you are having a fear to even ask questions, how would you move in life? One second. See,
Before this session, I just asked some questions. What is entrepreneurship? Same question. Some students have answered also. You give the answer.
you guys are not for a marriage. Pelli chuppul kaadu. Please speak up.
We have answered before this session about entrepreneurship that guy. మరొకసారి నిల్చండి చెప్పండి.
For the sake of others, starting our own business with our own ideas.
Okay. So none of you are speaking. So let me tell you what entrepreneurship in my definition is. I think you are exactly opposite of what I think an entrepreneur. It's about being fearless.
Sir, can I say?
Yes. Now you are being fearless.
A person who is brave in taking some financial risk.
Any risk.
Sir?
Any risk. You know, even marriage is an entrepreneurship.
No, sir. I mean financial.
Why do you think that's not a risk?
Starting a business.
Business is a financial risk, but that's a personal, lifelong risk, which you are all ready to take. How do you think you are not entrepreneurs? I think each one of you or every one of us is an entrepreneur. Because we all do things at times which we know there is a chance for failure. How many of you are absolutely certain that everything that you plan in life is going to work well? Can anybody be certain? Including your families, your children, can anything? Anything can go wrong. And if you are prepared to still move forward, that's entrepreneurship. Does that make sense? Going ahead, knowing the possibility that there is a risk involved, that you might fail, and still moving forward is entrepreneurship. Which means if you can take personal decisions, you can also take professional decisions. And what would spur you to become an entrepreneur? Can anybody tell that what really drives you when you come to college every day? What's your driving force? When you get up in the morning, get ready, come to college, you come to boys, do you come to see the girls or you come to study? I'm sure half of you are doing that. Yajumana, Taluptuno. How many of you come to study? Why only 5 people are raising hands? At least all of you are coming to study, right? Raise hands. Okay. So, if you are educating for a particular course, in the end, it can only lead to a certain job. What matters is your attitude and what you aspire for yourself, the dreams that you see for yourself. And there's only two things in my life: either an extreme distress in your life, or an extreme humiliation, or an extreme motivation that can drive you to achieve something beyond what others can do. How does it work? For example, if you failed, what do you try next time? Let's say if you all attempt for IIT, if you fail, you simply give up. How many of you try again? All of you try again, right? Sometimes you say that my year gets wasted, so I don't try again. But entrepreneurship, you have to keep trying. There's no end expiry date. You can be an entrepreneur at 40, 50, 60. Narayan Murthy started the company at the age of 38, Infosys. Till the age of 47, for 9 years, they had not a single client. Not a single client. His wife was running the business, managing the house. And by the age of 60, in 13 years, they built a $1 billion company. That's entrepreneurship, that you start with a dream and then you persevere. You don't leave it at any point of time. We say that success is not final and failure is not fatal. Means if you are success, don't feel that, I'm successful, I've got first rank and I've achieved so much in life. And neither is failure. It cannot kill you. It can only bring you down. But it's not important how often you go down. It's most important how quickly you bring yourself back up. I have a few points that I want to share with you guys. How many of you think to achieve success we have to sacrifice something? You believe? All of you? That we have to sacrifice? So shall I tell you a counter narrative? Don't sacrifice anything. Don't sacrifice anything. If I take your health and give you wealth, will you take it? But you just said that you'll sacrifice. If I take your family away and give you success, would you take it? You would not take it. But you just said that you would sacrifice. If you call hard work as sacrifice, that's not sacrifice. It's an effort. If you call your time as sacrifice, that's not sacrifice. It's your commitment. Sacrifice is when you give up your happiness for the sake of something else that only your mothers can do or a soldier can do. So don't call yourself as sacrificers at this point of time. Someday you'll all be mothers or fathers. And success will come to people who learn to balance life. What does success mean? Do you think a wealthy person is successful in life? That's what the global definition is, right? Say that, this person is really rich, so he's successful. As per my definition, success is the balance in life. I still believe I'm yet to achieve that fine balance because my wife is constantly sometimes complaining that I give less time. That means I'm not successful yet, but I'm not giving up. I'll continue to try, and there will be a time when I'll give more time. It's about priorities. There's a phase. In some phases of your life, you will be more successful. Some phases will go down, but the important thing is not to ever give up. Have you heard about Rakesh Jhunjhunwala? How many of you have heard? So he's a top stockbroker from India. 40,000 crores when he died at the age of 56. And then he said, if I got back my health, I neglected my health to achieve all this wealth. If I could get my health today, I would give back this 40,000 crores. So was he successful in life? Sometimes you find a person who has perfectly a normal life, average life, but he has enough resources to take care of his family. He's able to bring the basic happiness, able to give time to his family, children, friends, his own hobbies. That's success. He's able to do some social activity. That's success. I always tell everyone that break protocol. Don't follow a pattern that we are all here to come, study, get a job, get settled in life. What is settled? When do you call settled? That you get married, do you call yourself as settled? Girls, do you call that as settled? Pehle and settle అయిపోయాడు. So let's say you're all studying, right? Would you want your education to be wasted? Women have a much bigger challenge. I see. First of all, madam, I don't like it. Why all the girls on one side, all the boys on this side? Are the girls fearful of the boys? Why this gender discrimination? You are equal, right? You have equal rights. Because women are asking for equal rights. Then why are you keeping them apart? See, that's why they are so shy. That's why they are shy. Please mix and match. So next time you do a session, nobody should be sitting like this. It's like I'm talking to two different species. The boys are very happy. But the girls, you should also be happy. I mean, you cannot marry. I mean, okay, you can. I'm very open for all kinds of things. But yeah, generally, you would want an opposite sex. Because girls have a big problem, right? They actually are the people who inspire you to become an entrepreneur. And I'll tell you from my own life. Why would you want to achieve something unless there is somebody to share it with? If I leave you alone in a jungle and I give you $1 billion, would you want that? Happiness is when you share it with the people who are closest to you. It could be your friends, family, most importantly, your life partner. Because there's only one person from this point of time who is going to be there with you till the end of your life. That's only your spouse. Only them. Not your children, not your parents. The one person who commits to you for life is your spouse. So please don't stay there so far. Just learn to, because at least he'll teach you how to talk to women. Very important. That's also entrepreneurship. If you don't know how to take risk and mix with the people for girls. I'm not teaching you much in terms of academics, right? I'm teaching you more in terms of what life means and what entrepreneurship should mean. It's not that I want to do a business, I want to talk about innovation. I can talk a lot of subjects. I want to do all that because you will get that knowledge from many resources. I want to talk to you about what my life has taught me. I find that true happiness comes when we make the people around us happy. So if I buy something for myself or if I buy for people around me, that makes me more happy. I actually have felt that and experienced it. I'll tell you a small example. I built a house, a very large house. And normally it's a culture that you build a big house and you do a big housewarming party. You call hundreds and thousands of people to show off. And you call all the people who have nothing to do with your house. Half of them are jealous that how we became successful. Other half are thinking how they can become better than you. And the rest, they don't care. So when I built my house, I called all the workers who worked for 1.5 years on my house, all the labor, their families, their children. I hosted a party only for them, specifically for them. Because actually, these are the people who built the house from scratch. You could see the happiness of something you build and then you enjoy it and see it. Because normally, the moment they build it, you throw them out of the house. You don't want even to see their face. I didn't invite anyone else. I didn't even invite my brother's wives also. Because they might come and spoil my wife's mood. So I didn't call them. Because if day one my wife's mood is good, then how good is the house? Then the Muhurat is all bad. However, whatever Muhurat I must have done, that's all bad. So I called my brothers, I called my parents, and I called my wife's parents and my children. Because none of them is having any bias. They have unconditional love for me. And those are the people you choose in your life who have unconditional love for you. And those are the people who can inspire you to achieve beyond your means. Only your family, friends can inspire you to become an entrepreneur. On your own, you are nothing. I also tell one more thing. Before you become a philosopher like me, become rich. Because unless you become rich, nobody listens to you. I'll end with a small quote. After that, we'll open for questions. Most of it is questions. What surprises me most about mankind? We rush to grow up, but then want to be children again. We lose our health to make wealth, and then lose wealth to regain our health. Thinking anxiously about the future. Sir, padukunnara akkada. Koncham leptara. Why don't you come to the front row? He definitely cannot become an entrepreneur because he's sleeping through an entrepreneur class. Can you please get up? No, not you. The one behind you. Yes, you. The white shirt. Yes, yes. So this is an example of what not to be an entrepreneur. It's okay. I'm trying to teach you. Don't take it as a criticism. It's a feedback. Don't sleep through. I understand my lecture might be boring for him because he doesn't understand what life means. Or maybe he has not slept enough yesterday night. Possible. I excuse you for that. Sit down. Thinking anxiously about the future, we forget the present, such that we live neither in the present nor in the future. We live as if we are never going to die, and we die having never lived. That's it. Thank you. If there are any more questions, you can please ask. Please be fearless. Don't be shy. ఎవడేం ఆలోచిస్తాడని అనుకోవద్దు. Please questions అడగండి. If you don't ask, that means you are not listening to even in your class teachers or your professors. That's a very bad sign. If you are listening and absorbing, also it's important to ask. I don't think you just listen and then go away. That's not a conversation. That's not a meeting. We all need to ask. We all have many questions about life, and I'm here to share my experiences.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Jyotsna from CSE second year. So you told success is equal to happiness. What I understood.
I said success is balance in life.
Yes, sir. So, but a person can be successful in some field, but can't be in
Then
other.
it's not
field.
success. Then you
That's
can't
what
call
I
it as
understood.
success. Then it's just achievement in one field.
Then how can we become successful in everything?
And if you can balance, there are 7 parameters. I can tell you what the 7 parameters are. So first is health. Most importantly, health. If you don't have health, nothing matters. In my 27 years, I've never missed a day where I don't take care of my body. Because if you can't take care of your body, which actually gives you every single mental or physical or emotional happiness, then you don't deserve to live. 24 hours in a day, if you can't spend half an hour, 1 hour for your body, then there's no point in. Then it's wealth. I don't put family before wealth. Very important. Because if you don't have wealth, what do you do with your family? Love is empty if there's nothing you can do for your family. Right? No girl would marry a beggar, for sure. He needs to be able to provide sustainable. Okay, we don't need too much, but we need basics to survive. Then family, then friends, then a hobby, personal hobby, philanthropy. There's different aspects of what balance in life means. If you have all of that covered, that's when you are successful. And if you're missing any one of those points, you're not successful. Or I can have family, I can have wealth, but I'm living in a cocoon like a frog in the well, and I'm not meeting my friends. I don't have any hobbies. I don't do anything, any social work. I don't pursue any other activity. That I'm not successful. I'm just living in a bubble. I'll say my family, my children, my wealth, my house. That cannot be life. That's definitely not success. Success has to be much beyond, much more than that. So there is a study by the longest research study ever done in the world over the course of 75 years. That was done by 6 different Ivy League institutes in the world, including Harvard and MIT. Over the 75 years, they studied 3 generations to conclude what makes people happy eventually, what increases their lifespan. And there's 2 parameters that they could finally come down. People who are most socially active, have big families around them, are the most happiest, and they live the longest lives.
Thank you, sir.
Why is this pin drop silence? Is this how you are in the class, or is it my impact that you're not able to ask? Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. This is Dilip from second CSSC.
So one second. Before he ends, I want somebody else to be ready with their question. Who's the next one? Please ask. Don't hold back.
Sir, you said that success is equal to the balancing of our own life. But how to balance our life, sir?
So what do you do? What do you do when you get up?
Sir?
What do you do when you get up? You asked me how to do, so I'm telling you how to do. What do you do when you get up?
That means what qualities are required for us to become an entrepreneur?
The qualities are nothing. Qualities are that you need to know all these aspects. So let's say if you are running after career, then I just run after career and you forget everything else. I'll forget my health, I'll forget my family, or if running after a girl, and then just my entire focus is on achieving that girl and I don't care about anything else. So that's not success, right? The achievement is not in what qualities you have, it's about how you apply your time. Clearly demonstrate that you can put your time to good use in all the aspects that I spoke about. Give time to your friends, give time to your family, to your health, to yourself, and for some social causes.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Hello, sir. I'm Vaishnavi from second CSSC. So, what are the biggest challenges you face by becoming an entrepreneur?
I'm facing challenge every day, even today. And if there's no challenge, there's no life. And I don't think I've achieved anything significant. Financially, you can say, but I'm trying my best. What I've told them about balancing life, I do try that. There are days when I'm not able to give time to everything. And that's when I decide to still move on and still try. Don't give up. There are days when my family will complain that you don't have time, you're not focusing enough on us. That's okay. And there are sometimes priorities. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, but then it's important to understand that you have to prioritize whatever needs to be done. So you'll have to find your fine balance sooner or later.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Harshavardhan. My question is how to keep motivated oneself, or should we follow discipline?
Has anybody ever insulted you in life?
No, sir.
Is there a person who's inspiring you that I have to achieve success for this person? So I'll tell you what I did. So there's 2 things. One, when I was in 4th standard, and I was an average student. 2 boys made a comment. I said, next time I'll try to become in the top 5 in the class. And then one of the boys commented, before Before a donkey can beat a lion, it should first kill the horse. That was fourth standard. I was 9, 10 years. I have not forgotten till date. Sometimes a humiliation like that, and next time, very next term, I beat both of them. And till date, I started believing that if I push myself, I can achieve anything. The next time I got inspired is when my dad has 7 brothers. One of his closest brothers died at the age of 47. I wanted my father to outlive. He's still there, 78. Thank you. So I'm glad that he's seeing what he's seeing. So one of the wish I had was that whatever success I get, it should come when he is alive. That was very, very important for me. So that formed a basis to inspire me to do whatever I can. Third time I got inspired when my wife was pregnant with my first son. I suddenly felt this whole sense of responsibility that I'm bringing a life into this world. I have to provide him the best I can out there in the world. So you need to find reasons to inspire yourself. And there has to be people around you who give you that. Sometimes they give you in a very negative way, sometimes they can give you in a positive way. Convert everything into good news. There's a saying, they say that if life throws lemons at you, convert that into grape juice. Do you understand what that means? నీ మీద నిమ్మకాయ ఎవరైనా వేస్తే దాంతో గ్రేప్ జ్యూస్ తయారు చేయి. అండర్స్టూడ్?
Good afternoon, sir. Myself, I'm Niharika. So, sir, my question is, what are the key factors to become a successful entrepreneurship?
First of all, you have to step out of comfort zone. If you are just looking to have a very average, below par, mediocre life, that itself means that you cannot be an entrepreneur. You have to set a high goal for yourself. You have to say that, I want to achieve something different from others. I don't want to just do a job, 9 to 6, go to desk, come back, married, have 2 children. 25 years later, children will be married, then I'll be retired, then I'll sit here, watch TV, soap operas, and then I'll die one day. That's not a script that you write for yourself. That's not a script that you all should write for yourself. You should try to do something when there is time. And see, at this point in time, is anybody dependent on you guys? Is anybody dependent on you? Are you earning for anyone? If you can't be an entrepreneur at this age, when will you ever be? That's the reason to do a startup now. And startup doesn't take money, it takes ideas. You guys come up with an idea. You will find, like me, I will do, or there will be hundreds of people I introduce you to who will invest in your startups. Ideas are important. Not money, not background, not culture, no race, creed, nothing. No man, woman, nothing. Do you have all heard about Nykaa? Right? Nykaa, the lady was 50 when she founded Nykaa. Today at 60, she's a billionaire. Till the age of 50. My wife married when she was 20 because I pursued her relentlessly. So I said, if you don't marry me now, my family will marry me somewhere else. So she had to stop her graduation. She was a brilliant student. She was state second even at that time. So 20 years later, when my elder son went to the US for education, and she had enough time on hand because now she was not teaching them, she joined MBA in IIM, IIM. She secured a seat and won 2 gold medals at the age of 42 and beat people who are 20 years younger to her. Now she is doing a PhD in IIM Vizag. She is in Norway right now pursuing a PhD course in the university. There's no age, there's no time. It's what the fire is within you, what you want to achieve for yourself. Nobody is stopping. You find people who can support you through your journey, and you also be that support. So don't seek support. That somebody should support me. Support is mutual. You seek support, but you also give support. You can't get what you can't give. Make sense?
can go for one more question.
Ask as many as you can. How much time we have? We have.
So it is my personal experience that there are like I am really motivated for doing things which are quite different from people, and I don't want to be a person who sits in the crowd. Just want to be a person like you who is standing there and speaking.
Can you please
and
clap for her? So this is the attitude I'm trying to teach all of you. Maybe among all of you, how many 400 people or what are students? At least one of them can become an entrepreneur at the end of this and remember me after 20 years. Then this time that I spend with you, it's very important. My every hour is very important. And if I'm dedicating for you guys, please take this seriously. You may not get this kind of experiences sharing from most CEOs. So I'm being very open with you. So just use this time. So very good that you have this kind of fire. How you differentiate yourself is already differentiated. I'm telling you that having that thought is the differentiator.
Thank you, sir. So, but there are few days when I feel extremely low and demotivated because I keep trying, I never give up. But there are days when I feel like how many times more
Okay, so how many of,
to come up.
right? You have all studied chemistry, right? All of you
Yes,
have studied chemistry. You know about hormones. You know about good hormones and bad hormones, right? What is the best way to feel good?
Depends on
Endorphins,
person.
and there are a lot of chemicals that
Yes.
will release. There's one activity, so the whole world may be wrong around you. Your family, your days, your mood, your sleep, your friends, everything may go wrong. But there's one thing entirely in your hands, your physical activity. I find that if I'm very low, I go and run. I work out for an hour and a half. It releases good hormones, good chemicals. And suddenly I feel regenerated because it's chemistry. Body is a chemistry, please understand. It's science. Emotion is nothing. Emotion is also mind. And mind also needs a dose, which is that chemistry I'm talking about.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Rudula from second CSSC. Here's a question. So we have an innovative idea, but we face struggle during implementation. So what steps we need to take to overcome those challenges?
So every problem, whenever you encounter and you do a task, obviously you identify where you went wrong, right? At the end of the failure, I'm sure you can identify where you went wrong. If you identified that mistake and then eliminate that in your next attempt, your chances improve. And you continue to do that round of elimination till you reach perfection. It's like you create a vaccine dose and you're inventing it and keep on doing stuff till it reaches a perfection. That's when you release it in the market. Not like the COVID vaccine, right, which is released very haphazardly. Normally, if you release a vaccine, it should be 100%, like the polio vaccine. If you give a vaccine or a smallpox vaccine, it works. COVID vaccine was not like that. So if it's a half-cooked formula and released before time, then so your problems are also like that. So if you have a problem and if you attempted it and if you failed it, that definitely has taught you something. Only failure can lead you to success. You cannot be successful unless you have ever tasted failure. That is only second generation handover. I can give wealth to my children and then they cannot call themselves as successful. Success is when you have tried, failed, and then learned from that failure and achieved success. Have you all heard about Steve Jobs, right? You're all computer engineers. Tell me what was special about Steve Jobs. How many of you are using Apple phones? No? Expensive, koncham. Anybody has Apple phones? But you all know about Steve Jobs, right? So before he became successful with Apple, you know he had 4 different product launches. All of them failed miserably. You know that he was thrown out of his own company that he formed. The board, he raised money and they threw him out of his own company. He bought him back. And then when he was launching iPod, which is the first time, nobody ever thought there could be an iPod. We had tape recorders, had MP3, but nobody thought about an iPod. So he asked, have you done market research study if this product will click? You know what Steve Jobs said? What can I ask people of what they want when they don't even know what they want? What they have not seen, they cannot imagine. And if you cannot imagine, how can I ask you to this question that will you buy this? Because you don't have a association with that. So after those failures, he learned how to succeed. But perseverance, so the word from that is perseverance. You keep on trying and trying and trying till you achieve success.
Yes, sir.
That's it. Simla madam, 90% of your students are either they have eaten too much or they have not eaten. The girls seem to be a little bit more smarter than the boys. I would have 2 questions from the boys. ఇప్పుడే కాంపిటీషన్ ఇలా ఉంటే మీరు ఎలాగవుతారు లైఫ్ లో? స్పీక్ అప్. You know, all of this will go out as soon as they out. They have a lot to talk about. As soon as they step out from here. తర్వాత కామెంట్స్ కాదు, ఇప్పుడు మాట్లాడండి. Should we distribute chocolates to them? Do they speak then? Do you have no questions or you think you know everything? మీకు అంతా తెలుసా? మీ అందరికి అంతా తెలుసా? మరి ఎందుకు ముద్దపప్పులా కూర్చున్నారు? ఏదో మాట్లాడండి. Speak. If you have something to tell me also is okay. Why don't you motivate them to speak?
Sure.
Okay, madam, I think they have nothing more to ask. They're all quite knowledgeable. So should we end this session with this? If nobody has any more questions? Because I'm not a classroom professor who will speak for half an hour. Yeah.
Sorry for interruption, but he might ask the question in Hindi as he faces some.
I told you ask in any language.
Sure, sir.
I may not understand, that's another matter. But you can ask.
सर जैसे कि यहाँ पे बहुत सारे एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप है, आप उनको पता नहीं है कि जर्नी कैसे स्टार्ट करना है।
कहाँ से आए हो? कहाँ से आए हो?
छत्तीसगढ़।
छत्तीसगढ़ से।
यस सर। उनको पता नहीं है, एक्चुअली उनको पता नहीं कि एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप होता क्या है।
तुमको पता है?
यस सर। एक्चुअली
तो बताया क्यों नहीं अभी तक? शार्क टैंक देखा?
यस सर।
Okay, shall we do a pitch here? Real life pitch. Does anybody have any business idea? Any one of you has any business idea that you want to present to me like right now? Any one of you? We convert this into a Shark Tank. I will invest if your idea is good. Yes, anybody? Can you all please at least pay attention to this? Come. Make a pitch as if you are talking to an investor. Okay. You also come. You said you had an idea. You said I know what entrepreneurship is. तुमको पता है ना? तो बताओ क्या है? आगे पिच करो, सेल करो.
Shall I call another person, sir?
Yes, call whoever you want.
So we had this idea of building an app which works on AI. We have many apps in market like Flipkart, Amazon for clothing and other jewelry. But there is one thing I noticed that we women waste a little bit of time in shopping, and that too we spend a lot of time in analyzing what would suit us. And there are some things which we see in social media like color analysis test and all abroad. And I don't know if they have reached our country yet or not. So, but that thing can be done by AI. If we scan our picture or body type or our skin tone, it can recommend us what could make us look better, presentable. So we have an idea of building an app, a shopping app, which would recommend the customer the thing which suits them best according to their body type, their skin complexion and the occasion. And that's our pitch. We are a little bit short of skill set to develop it, but we believe that we'll do it soon, sir.
No, it's okay. Having an idea itself is 50% of the job. How many of you like that idea? No, I'm asking the girls. You guys are anyways didn't have any questions. No, no, don't raise your hands. Just the girls. So, would you all invest 100 rupees into our startup? Would all of you invest 100 rupees into our startup? You got such a big investor base. What does that tell you? Did you have this confidence before this?
I thought, but I was
But now you know that you have so many people, 100 girls who are backing you up.
Yes.
How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel incredible, sir. I understood advertising is really important when we are doing it, like when we are.
Pitching is important.
Yes, sir.
Pitching is important to the right audience.
Yes, sir.
Not to the audience. Boys, మీ దగ్గర ఏమైనా idea ఉందా? Any ideas? Yes. Please come on. So by the way, your idea needs AR, which is augmented reality.
AR and artificial intelligence.
Because if I tell you what suits you, then you also want to see before you buy it and how it looks on you. Now, for them to understand what suits you, because taste is a very personal choice. What suits you is a very personal thing, right? I think, so today I felt like I want to wear some bright colors. It's just my mood today. Otherwise, I'm very formal. But today I decided to, my mood was like that. Today my heart is glowing, so I wore like this. It just depends on what you get up and what you feel like. I think the problem with such an app is it's very personalized to each individual, and our own taste keeps changing. There was a time when I used to like purple a lot. I like now black a lot. I am now black, blue, gray, white. That's it. There's no other colors. So today I decided to wear color. So what if your choices also change? Then your app cannot solve that. Boys, can you please be silent? If you want to talk, either talk here or please. So I think the idea is good. You have to tweak it a little bit. You cannot say that what suits me. How do I know what suits you and what you like? I may say that this suits you, but you may not like that color. Because that's your personal preference. So I think you need to think about it a little bit more. I'm just giving you a food for thought. Not that your idea itself, so you should not scrap it. Every idea, every feedback is an opportunity for you to change it and modify it. Improve and see how you can make it more unique.
Thank you, sir.
Sir. Sir.
Yes.
Sir, actually, I want to address from here.
Tell me.
Sir, actually, there's an idea which made our team to win first prize at the startup health.
Well, please come here, na? Everybody can see you. If you're talking about startup, then come here. If you have a question, then we ask from there.
Sir,
Yes.
good afternoon, sir. My name is Nigda. So today I want to ask something. In this competition world, everyone
Shall we finish his startup, then we'll come to you? Because it has taken a lot of effort from him to come out of the shell and then finish it. Let them finish it.
Sir, there's an idea which made our team to win first prize at startup competition.
Where is your team?
Sir, Lakshmi, Madhumita.
Please call your team.
Sir, we are Team Quantum Sprout. Can I have them once? Can you please stand?
Team, sir.
Please come. Why did you leave the girls behind?
Sir, actually, I
See,
did lot of
this is patriarchal society.
Sir, nothing, sir. Actually, I made them to speak at the competition. Even
What is I made them speak? Who are you to make them speak? They have a voice before you were
the
born.
market head, sir. Sir, let me tell you the portfolios. She's the market head.
Let them tell their own portfolios.
First, sir, I'm the one who came first, sir. Sir, I okay in the gender equality, but first I came first.
That I don't know.
Oh,
I didn't give you that prize.
sir, I'm the one who's having the right, right, sir. I'm the one-
Let them speak. Let them speak. Will you be here? You be here. I wanted to be here. Speak.
Good afternoon, sir. Actually, we proposed an idea like a hyperlocal delivery, where there are some remote areas where there are so much of less
delivery services. As a basic need for a human is food or medicine. Actually, there is a delivery services for clothing, other aspects which are very common. But some of the only apps or some of the delivery agencies are working on this. But we are trying to be more persistent towards this topic. Like we focus on firstly we focus on 5 or 6 areas in the range of 10 kilometers to the normal grocery shops or anything. Then we will contact the traders, like the shop owners, and we will try to gain their trust. And then we form some MOUs with them, and also we will contact with delivery agencies, and also we will try to contact local bike drivers or something. We will provide with the delivery agencies directly to the shop owners, and we will form MOU starting at low investment, sir, because we will only have.
So what is the USP? What is the USP of your startup app? What are you trying to achieve? Now you let him speak. I just wanted him to understand. So I tell you, by the way, I am a CEO. In my biggest presentations, when I go to in front of it, I speak the last. I'm just teaching you. Because if you make your team, did you watch that whenever Indian team wins the cup, goes back? You admire Dhoni, right? Then you should also become like Dhoni.
Actually, now I keep the address.
A leader is not one who stands up. A leader who is behind and pushes his team forward. So it was a lesson for all of you.
For the first financial year, sir, when we are going to keep our idea in the market, we want to gain the trust from the traders. Actually, our idea is to take MOUs from the agencies, sir, directly from the delivery agencies. What we are going to do is, we will give some part of a company like stocks or shopping something. Technically, we are not that much of keeper for that. So what we are going to do, we will give 2% or maybe like, as per our marketing, we may goes up to 10%, sir, firstly. And then we will make MOUs with them and get their delivery bikes. Mostly we are planning for electrical EV vehicles. And we're gonna get gig workers from the villages, sir. What we are planning
So
to
you
do,
want to become like a Instamart or something
of course, sir, but
for villagers. That's your concept.
for only needy goods, sir, not for luxuries or
Essentials. Let's say essentials. Bare essentials, focusing on the rural market, something like a Blinkit. You know what is Blinkit, right? So you want to be not food, not Zomato. I'm not
He's the
talking-
co-founder, sir.
Yeah. So this Donzo is there, Blinkit is there. So you want to be on that platform, but focusing on the rural market. Is there any other company who's doing that?
No, sir.
No one is doing the rural.
Actually, I analyze my area, sir, my village area. It's a rural area, which is from 10 kilometers away.
So
from
not
the-
tier 2, not tier 3. You are talking about actual villages.
Yes, sir. Actually, our situation made me to get this idea, sir. One of my uncle's sister died because of some
Lack of
illness,
medicine.
lack of medicine. So we are thinking to bring that medicines to everywhere, each and pinpoint of the area, sir. Actually, this idea.
How much research have you done on this? So any idea which is not backed by research normally is not an idea, because at this very point in the world, there's 8 billion people, there are 212 countries, and there are many young students like you who might get a similar idea. The point is who starts first, not just who gets an idea first, get an idea, start, implements, and markets it best. Marketing is 90%. Let me tell you that. I know many great ideas would never get launched because they are not backed by the right people. That's where the P's and investors, let's say people like us, who help you to market. So before you do further, do you know what a business plan is? Madam, do you have an entrepreneurship program for them that they all do, or just computer science? You don't have entrepreneurship. So all of you have, right? So you should have learned how to make a business plan. Okay, so 4th year. Okay. So I'm sure they will learn business plans and all that, right? You should talk to your seniors or your professors, learn how to make a business plan, work on a business plan, take 6 months, 1 year, 1.5 years. Don't wait too long because somebody will enter before you do. So work on it, create a business plan with all marketing research, data, future projections, financials. It should be complete. So you can't go to an investor just with an idea. You have to go with a proper deck and pitch. I'm just telling you how to do converting an idea into business. This is the way to do it.
If you people need help,
We are there to help you.
so how to reach you?
Please take his number. He will. He's our HR manager. Please contact him.
Is there
Well,
any suggestions that we can get from you?
Yeah, work on the business plan first.
So actually, we made an analysis on the rural area. Yes.
Talk to him. He'll give you some sample business plans, how business plans are. You use that and create your own. You will have to do research. Give time to speak to her also. No, that will. You cannot have any part of your team who's silent. Sometimes the extra filter is also carrying water bottles, but they're still doing something. So give an opportunity to everyone to speak in your team, and you be the force behind them. You don't become the force yourself. Are you hesitating? Telugulo cheppala? You have anything to say beyond what they have said? Did you learn something from this business idea? Do you guys want to pursue that? I think I don't know about the business viability, but it's a good cause because you told me how it came up. That's how business plans ideas should come up. It should come up from your daily problems, what you notice around you. How did the idea of Uber come up? Can anybody say? How did the idea of Uber come up? So this guy is standing in New York, sitting and waiting for taxi, and is waiting, and 2 times his taxi got cancelled, and he missed his flight. Then he said, "What difficulty is that? And I have technology today. Why can't I book a taxi straight on my phone?" We had already internet on phones at those days. Why cannot I book? And that's an idea. So every problem in your life is an opportunity, is a wonderful occasion to create something fantastic out of it. Every problem, either it's personal or business, you just have to tweak it and convert that problem into an opportunity. Now that the girl had a question, let her finish her question.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Singha. Today I want to ask a question that in this competition world, what would be the one factor that keep you ahead of everyone?
First of all, trying to be ahead of everyone is a problem. Why would you want to be ahead of everyone? Because then you cannot see what's behind you. I just told you that please be behind everyone, because then you can see everyone's in front of you. If you are ahead, then what you see, your visual is just up. That's where arrogance sets in, because you don't see how many people are pushing you to be there. Can you go ahead in your life just by yourself, or you need power of support of many people? I am here because of those 4,000 people who are working. We'll be 8,000-10,000 in 2 years, but I cannot be anything without them. Nothing. So you can say that I want to be differentiator is good. I want to be ahead is also already a wrong thing, because then you are basically sitting into an arrogance mode. I want to be superior to someone. You don't need to be ahead. You need to be different. You need to be different and be different, successful, balanced in life. Not different by just saying that, oh, I'm different, I'll wear clothes differently, I'll talk differently, or I'll be ahead, everybody should be behind me. That's not a good way to lead a life, because eventually, sooner or later, you will have no friends left, because you're always ahead. You know, the guy at the top is the loneliest. Do you understand what that means? When you climb up, let's say Everest, the climb is not important. When you come down, you meet all those people who you have left behind. So be very nice to them.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Varun. Varun. So this is not a well thought out idea, but I got this idea when actually my dream since young was I wanted to make a game. So I began to learn game development. Then I realized that there were a lot of things to do. Like you need some art. You need to learn art, music, and everything. So from that, I got an idea that why not? There would be many people who specialize in these skills. For example, some artists would only know music, and some who knew how to code well. But there are some sites like Fiverr and Upwork where you could hire someone, but those markets are oversaturated. And if you wanted good work, you need to pay higher uh, amount to get it. So the idea is to make a website only for those indie developers and music artists. And eventually, I also did some research on entrepreneurs, and I found one thing common among every entrepreneur is they have a wide range of audience. So I thought that
It's okay. Relax.
so I eventually planned this for only developing a game, but then I thought that you could do anything like, for example, making a YouTube video and things like that. You will need these kind of artists. Like for if you want to make a YouTube video to build an audience, then you will need a photographer, a musician, and all these kind of things. So the idea is to build a website for all these indie artists.
So you want to build a resource pool so that people who want to do social media, basically,
Oh, yes.
many kinds of social media.
Yes.
You want to build a talent pool like a HR consulting,
Oh, yes.
where you can provide that kind of talent
Yes.
to people who want to access. So if somebody wants to be an influencer or a YouTuber or whatever. And by the way, I'm off social media, but I need real-time friends, not social media friends. I don't need 2 million followers. I need 2 real followers in my life.
So that, for example, these guys, these social media guys, if they have audience, they will listen. For example, if recently you have heard of Mr. Beast, right? Mr. Beast. He has launched a chocolate brand new and had huge success due to his audience. So I came from that angle.
I know, and by the way, that's one of our businesses. Social. I personally am not, but that's one of our business lines. So we do digital marketing, social media for a lot of big brands in the US. So e-commerce is a big part of our business. So what are you looking for? You want to build this startup and plan. And as I told them, you come up with a business plan or at least some basics. Right now, it seems to be just an idea on your mind. Just come up with some document, just like a basic, what you think. Just spend time. As you said, you've done research. Don't keep everything on your mind. So I'll tell you one technique to all of you. Any thought that's not put on paper will vanish away sooner or later. Anytime you get an idea, I'll tell you this company that I started in 2001, I got the idea in 2000 when I was traveling by train, and probably that was the last time I traveled by train ever. I was traveling from Hyderabad to Vizag in Godavari. I was sleeping in the top berth, and then at 12:30 in the night, suddenly I woke up and I got this wave of ideas. I should set up this IT company and do this. I should go to, I think maybe some power source. I made notes right then and there to do those 8 or 10 things. And this is how if I should do, and that's how my company will start. I was like you, 21, maybe you're not even 21, you're 19? 20. So I was on the train and sitting and I made all these notes and I said, this is what I want to do. I was worried that by the time I wake up, my ideas might be lost and then I might forget it. So I wrote it. Till date, I have those ideas. I did every single step that was I listed on that day. And that's how we are where we are today. Going to be the first IT company we'll list from Andhra on IPO. And that's just an idea. So unless you document it, you write it, you will lose it. So whenever you have idea, however strange, however people might laugh at that idea, but still okay. Document it.
Thank you, sir.
So document it and count words.
Sure.
We're just passing on the mic. See who's the guy who has the guts to speak. Why don't we just throw the mic randomly and see whoever gets it will speak? Yes. Girls are better. Please give the mic to them.
Good evening, sir. My question is, do you believe in hard work or in luck?
Who does the most amount of hard work? You or a laborer on the road?
Both are equal, sir.
No, no. Who does more hard work? I mean, let's go by pure hard work. The meaning, essence of hard work.
Laborer.
Laborer does, right? Is he more successful?
No.
And what is luck? Can you define that? Can you buy it?
No, sir.
Can you wait for it?
No.
So both those don't matter. I think what happens is that how you apply knowledge to do the work that gives you the results. Hard work without knowledge will give you 0. Luck without efforts will also give you 0. So have you heard about a story? Yeah, please give a clap. When I was a child, I read a small Panchatantra story. My mom used to tell me that there was a guy, there was 2 brothers. They said, there's a big Pandit came and said that, one guy, he has no luck, so he has to work very hard in his life. And the other brother, he said, you don't need to do anything because there is free wealth written in your hand. So now what happens? The guy who understood that he has no luck, he understood that I have no luck. So he started working hard, applying his brain to become successful. He continued to do that and do that and do that. In next 15-20 years, he became a very wealthy, successful businessman. There was no luck. Absolutely no luck. But it was not just random hard work. He chose his path. So if you want to do hard work, saying that I want to lift bricks my entire day up and down, that's of course hard work. But are you working hard towards a growth path? Can lifting bricks make you a builder one day? No, because that's the path you have chosen. So unless you chose the right action. The other brother, he thought, I am blessed with free money in my hand, luck, so I should not. So he started enjoying. He was with friends, drinking, smoking. One day in his farm, he found a pot of gold. When he opened it, there was just 1 coin. In a big pot of gold, there is 1 coin. He goes to that man and says, you said you offered free will. I said, yes, free will. If you had worked that pot would have been full. Since you didn't work, you got only 1 coin. That's the power of luck without effort. And effort without knowledge is also meaningless. So combine all of 3. I believe there is some amount of destiny. We are all born, but I think you are already born with it. There's nothing you can do about it.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, can you share your experience that what is the biggest challenge you faced in your career?
I answered that, but I'll answer it in a different way this time. Many people said that I will not be able to achieve anything in life. Many people, from my education to business. How many of you believe in Vastu, Pandit and all that, right? More than, how many of you believe? Andar puja chestaru kada? How many of you believe? So the first time I went to the US to do a business, there's a guy who's my right hand and he's a Brahmin. So he went to a big priest and asked, please tell if my sir is going on a trip, will he be successful? The guy said, right now his time is so bad, if it's like banging his head on the wall. God gudukunnattu untadi, ellodani cheppandi. So I was thinking, I have nothing to lose. If you have nothing to lose, what is there to fear? He went to 3 different priests and they all said the same thing. I thought otherwise. I said, if they say I cannot do, that's a challenge. I love challenges. If somebody tells me you cannot do it, that's when I want to do it. So I wanted to prove, because I don't like all these people. I built a house. I didn't call any Vastu guy. They said all Vastu is bad. I don't live in fear of God, because God is a subject of love. It's a subject of admiration. It's a subject of guidance. It's not a subject of fear. I don't treat God with fear. I don't believe any God is born there to harm you. So I just went against that. I took a challenge. Everybody said, "Who will give you business there?" I was one man per company, no employee, no investment, nothing. I just went with a plain suitcase, and somebody asked me, "Can you do a certain thing?" I said, "I can do." "What do you experience?" I said, "I have zero experience, but if you give me a work, I put my life on it." That promise somebody bought, and that's where we are here today. So that's the challenge. If somebody says you cannot do it, you move forward despite all the challenges.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Monica from second CSIT. Now my question was, what's your favorite aspect of being an entrepreneur?
Oh, I control my time totally. I give appointments to everyone, nobody gives to me. Except for the client, I run at my own time zone. So some days I'll be in the office at 10, some days I'll be at 1, some days I'll be at 3. I just do what I want. That's the best part about being an entrepreneur. If I want to take holidays for 1 month, I go and take it. I take 10 holidays in a month, I'll do it. I love being an entrepreneur because you control your own destiny. And then I can also tell my staff to be punctual in the office always.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. I am Ali Mohammed Khurasani from EC, sir. Sir, I am having the scope of doing an entrepreneurship, sir, but my parents are not supporting me. So, what should I do to succeed it, sir?
What do you want to do?
I want to do an entrepreneurship, sir.
Your parents are not supporting?
Yeah, sir.
Why do you need their support? You want to be an entrepreneur?
Yes, sir.
If you want to eat your food, your parents have to come and put it inside your mouth?
No, sir. But they will do too much of risk now, sir.
That's the first thing I said in the beginning of session. If you don't have the ability of taking risk, then you cannot be an entrepreneur. If you want to be an entrepreneur.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Any more ideas? Any more questions? I think we should wrap it up. You can ask them if they have any more questions.
Sir,
Yes.
who was the person you got inspired by to become an entrepreneur, sir?
My son, when he was in my wife's womb. I didn't even say him, but I felt this huge sense of surge, and I cannot explain. I get goosebumps when I think about that moment. He was in April. I think they said your wife's pregnant. In August, I was in the US. By September, I had already signed the contract. In the next 6 months, I started the company. So I can't think about a better inspiration. I worked, first 1 year, I worked 20 hours a day. And that's hard work with knowledge and intelligence and direction. Because I know that hard work is not being wasted like a manual labor. This can go to an incredible amounts of height.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, what is the success behind your, what is the secret behind your success and what you are going to?
Okay, when I was in college, I did everything to impress girls. And I continue to do that because you need a motivation, right? Without motivation, how will we work hard? So if I wanted to go after a girl, I have to give her a good life. I cannot go after a girl and then say I cannot give you a good life. So that's your inspiration and motivation. And that's
So
the honest
you
answer.
think girls are the motivators for you?
I think guys can be motivators for you also. It's both ways. I mean, it depends on how much you want to do for each other. So if you truly like someone, you want to do the best for them. And if you want to do the best for them, you want to present the best version of yourself. I wanted to give my best possible to my family. If it's the girl and she's the person who's going to stand behind me and she has the children and everything that I have in life today is because of them. And the luck part, by the way, I want to tell all of you, the luck is not only yours, the luck also comes from your family and children. I truly believe that. So don't deride your luck too much, because I always used to believe that I'm not lucky enough. So should we wrap it up? So every time I say wrap it up, then somebody, why do you guys take 3 minutes to ask one question?
Good evening, sir. How do you handle with your failures, sir?
I don't consider failure as a failure at all. I consider one failure is just one kick in the back, fall down, get up again. No failure is permanent. I told you, like, no failure is fatal. It cannot kill you. If it doesn't kill me, then I'm still up. I'll wake up and get up.
Okay, sir.
Any more questions? So principal sir, your girls are, I give them more marks, 70, 30 for boys. But I can understand girls mature faster. Pardon? But why I'm not able to motivate these guys? Maybe you need a girl speaker for them. Then they'll keep staring at her, they will not listen. Even then they will not ask. I truly believe that girls become more mentally, intellectually more mature, sensible faster. I don't know as a teachers you notice that, but boys take a little bit longer time because by the time they're 21 or 22, they're still children. They have many practical questions to ask. They are already seem to be very emotionally mature in their minds and thoughts. Boys are still behaving like 10th standard boys. I can see that in their faces. So I want to tell you, all of you are ahead. Don't fall back behind boys at any point in your life. Don't fall back. Because you have just demonstrated that you are ahead of them. So shall we wrap it up? Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So now as it's time for felicitation of our guests, now I request our dynamic leader, our principal sir V.V. Ramareddy Garu, our vice principal Hari sir, our HOD ma'am, Shailaja ma'am and all EDC members and faculty present here to felicitate our resource person.
I request all the guests who have arrived along with sir, please come onto the dais. We'll cover. Maybe Srinivas, you take the mobile phone of sir. Okay. Continuously, the way that Chaman sir has tried was all good pleasure for all of you. It's a little talk. And how come we missed 5 from each side? 5 boys and 5 girls. You have forgotten, right? You are not invited. So no invitations here onwards. Those who come forward to join this big picture, you'll have a picture. Otherwise, you miss it. Okay, those 5 and 5, those who wanted to take a picture, big picture with us, and will be very happy. Come quickly. 5 from boys and 5 from girls. Even now, girls are coming first. Oh, boys are also there. Akhil is running. Right. Only first 5. One more time that shawl. Okay. Come that side, go that side. Okay, good. Yeah, we followed your talk completely. When they're striving for reservation, why still they are sitting away from each other? Got it? Shailaja ma'am, we want you. Okay. To be on the picture. Come this side. Still. Okay. Right. Good luck. Where's Joshna?